What is going on, guys? Next video in the E30 series. So as you can see, the E30 is not in here. The E34 is still here. So basically what's going on right now, it's really warm out. It's 50 degrees in the middle of December, rare occasion. And as I may have mentioned or may not have mentioned, I need to clean up this motor. So I've had it outside under a tarp here. But obviously before I put this thing in, I want to give it a nice power wash and you know, degrease and stuff, clean it up just so it looks good. I'm still up in the air if I want to go down the route of trying to paint the block, but the more I look at it, the more I tell myself that there's no chance, because I just realized I'd have to pull the headers off. So I'm gonna not go down that route. I don't really want to deal with that, but I'm gonna pull off all the front accessories, power wash it, clean it up in this video. And then I'm gonna pull the E30 in the garage. I'm gonna unearth it out of the woods, probably give that thing a power wash, get all the pine needles and junk off of that, and probably that's about it for this video. I'm gonna save the refresh, like all the gaskets and stuff, for another video, because where I'm at right now, videos might get a little long. There's, you know, a lot to do, and as I've mentioned, if I don't catch myself, I'm gonna have like a 25-minute video for you guys, and I don't want that for you guys. Well, you know, let me know what you guys like. You know, let me know if you guys like this video, which might even end up not being short anyway, so I won't know. But or if you guys really like the long series. But I feel like if someone's looking for E30 swap stuff, smaller videos would be easier for them to kind of manage if they're trying to use this for like a DIY help. But we're gonna go grab my power washer. I was gonna go to a self-serve, but if it's this nice out, the hose shouldn't be frozen. And I think I'll just do it here. I'll lay down the tarp to catch all the crap. And like I said, I want to power wash the E30. So I'm gonna go grab that, set that up, and then we're gonna time lapse. We're gonna pull off as much from the front of this thing as we can. I'm gonna put on the beauty cover, put on the intake manifold, and then get the alternator off, the belts, the thermostat. I'll probably leave that, but the trigger wheel, just anything to basically get to that timing cover, because I have to do it anyway. All right, so I got the beauty cover back on, and I got the manifold back on, which also required putting the injectors back on to fill those holes. Like I said, I didn't want to get water in the engine. I don't have anything special to cover them, so I figured I might as well just pop this stuff back on. And I gotta clean this manifold anyway, so it's gonna be harder to spray, but at least it'll keep the inside of the motor from getting wet. But now I'm going to pull off all the pulleys, pull off the AC bracket, pull off the alternator, which is rusted away anyway. I bought this, I have one of these. All right, so we got most of the stuff off the front, everything that I think needs to come off, at least to get a deeper clean. And I got the power washer. Of course, I was out of gas, so I had to run to the gas station, but we're gonna fire this thing up, and it should rip through most of the grime on this. I wanted to get degreaser, but I think degreaser is more so for people that don't have like a power washer, because this thing gets some pretty tough stuff off, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues here. Alright, we're done power washing. It looks a ton better. Got most of the loose grime and oil residue off. So it's pretty clean. I just had to do air in all the compartments because it got water in all the spark plug holes, all the crevices and stuff. So I just blew all that out. But it's not perfect. There's gonna be some things that when I pull off to do gaskets, I'll probably re-clean, like a lot of the crevices in here. Some of the oil pan had some rough grime. You know, I'm not going for like a showpiece like motor. I'm not gonna go for the whole paint everything. But there might be a few things I want to paint. Like I might want to paint the front timing cover just for fun. I don't know. Definitely gonna paint the trigger wheel because it's super rusty, so I'm gonna wire this down. That'll be in a later video, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's clean, it looks good. Like I said, it's not gonna be perfect. I just don't think this is the build to do all that on. So that is done. Now I can wrap the motor back up and then construction over at the neighbors. But what I was saying is, let's get the E30 in the garage now. The motor's ready. Zach needs some exhaust stuff and some random things for it, for his E30 to get done. So I'm gonna pull it in the garage. I was gonna wait a couple days, but I'm gonna pull it in today and probably hammer those things out for him. I'm not gonna film any of that, but I'm gonna take care of that for him, because then when I go grab the trailer to get rid of the E34, I'll drop those off to him. So we're gonna go grab the E30 out of the woods, probably power wash that thing really quick, and then keep going. Funny enough, this is actually the lowest mileage M50 I think I've ever owned. That car had 124K, which obviously is hard to believe given how it looks, but I mean, goes to show you what sitting in a field for 10 years or whatever does to it. So yeah, this motor only has 124K on it, which is really cool. And that's why I'm not going on the going the whole rebuild route, if that's what you guys were wondering. It doesn't need it. M50s don't need rebuilds before 300K, if we're being honest. So to tear this thing down and rebuild it, to not even boost it is not worth the time. There's no point. This is a really low mileage motor. Most of the gaskets don't even leak. Like, to be honest, the front and the rear main didn't leak a bit. So it probably doesn't even do half of what I'm gonna do to it, but nonetheless, I'm really glad. This is actually a really good come up, even though the car was disgusting and really rough. To have a really low mileage motor is a really huge plus for the build. So I'm really excited there. There's a few things that I might have to like tend to, like the chain guides. Once I pull the timing cover off, I'll see how those look. That might be stuff that I'll buy later down the road, but I'm still gonna make the video on all the parts that are going into this. I still have to make that video. I'm still waiting on a few things. There's the last couple things I'm waiting on. USPS is super backed up with obviously Christmas time and COVID, so I'm waiting on like the harness adapter. That's a main one. Not that I need it anytime like soon, but still I'm waiting on a few things, and I'm gonna go over and make the video of everything I bought. That is gonna be the video to watch if you guys are trying to do the swap, because it'll go over everything you need for this. So far at least, you know, there's a lot of stuff that'll obviously come on later down the road. Got the truck backed up to the E30. I gotta get tow rope out, hook this bad boy up. It's a lot easier to do this with two people. I don't have two people here right now, so go ahead and pop that there, pop that there, and we're ready to yank. Oh, I suppose I should put it in neutral and put the e-brake down. That'd be a good idea. All right. I don't think this thing has a steering lock. It seems like it steers no matter if the key is in it or not, but cool. All right, we're ready to yank. Now is the annoying part where having only one person starts to annoy you, so now I gotta readjust the steering. Man, this thing has not moved from these rocks in, I think, like 4 months. I honestly think I've had this car for like 4 or 5 months now, and it's been sitting here rotting away. So I'm very excited to get it finally going, but this is gonna be a little annoying. So either I'll try to figure out if I can set up a time lapse somewhere, or I'll just meet you guys when I'm in the driveway. Do the brakes still work? Yes. Oh man, this thing has not moved in a long time. She made it after blocking the neighbors from getting down the street for 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, but she is finally in the driveway. Oh, and she's meeting her new motor. Look at this. This is super exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna power wash this thing, get all this grime off, get all these pine needles, and I might even hit the engine bay real quick just to get all the spider webs and loose stuff. And here she is in the garage. Finally, only took me like 4 months. It is amazing how light and easy to push an E30 is compared to an E34. Like I can barely push that car when it's stripped down. It is that heavy. This thing, fully intact car. You guys watched me moving it by myself. I cannot do that with an E34. I'm pretty amazed. But of course we got a bunch of background noise. But she's in here, motor's cleaned up, got all my parts almost. So we are ready to dive right into this E30 build. Super stoked. Next video, I'm gonna go through all the parts, and then after that, we're stripping this M20 out and prepping the engine bay. And then there's a lot of different steps and stuff I'm gonna take to, you know, certain things, brake booster relocation, blah, blah. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.